This is extra example number 4, and this time we're not solving an x squared equation, we're solving an x cubed equation, or whatever your variable is, cubed to the third power. So our variable here is m this time. So m cubed equals negative 27. Uh-oh, negative, but that's okay if we're solving with an m cubed equation. Variable squared, if it was equal to a negative, that's when we get our imaginary answers. But it's okay when we're doing cube roots. So we got to remember that because we're doing m to the third power, to undo a cubing or to the third power is to take the cube root. So no square roots, okay, we're not writing the square root symbol, we have to write the cube root symbol, which looks like this. So it's the same radical but with a little baby 3 there. And we have to do it to both sides because what you do to one side, you must do to the other. And again, we want to remember what the original equation is asking us. It's asking us what number times itself 3 times is negative 27. So to solve that, we're going to cube root both sides. So now it's asking individually on each side, what times itself 3 times is that number? So on the left side, ignore the right side right now, cube root of m cubed means, hey, what number is being multiplied by itself 3 times in m cubed? Well, we know that m cubed is equal to m times m times m. So what is being multiplied by itself 3 times in m cubed? It's m. So that's the answer to the left side. The cube root of m cubed is just m. Then on the right side, what's the cube root of negative 27? So what number times itself 3 times is negative 27? So what times itself again is a negative 27. Well, because our answer is negative, these numbers have to be negative. The same number 3 times, and they've all got to be negative because the first two, when you multiply a negative times a negative, gives you a positive. Then when you multiply it by a third negative, you get a negative again. So really, we can look at the positive. We can look at what times itself equals a positive 27. Whatever that number is, it's just going to be the negative to give us negative 27. So this is one that I told you to know. If you're unsure, you can always guess and check. 1 times 1 times 1 is 1, so it's not 1. 2 times 2 is 4, times a third 2 is 8. So don't go guessing huge numbers here. This grows very fast since you're doing it 3 times. So 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9, times a third 3, that's 27. So since 3 times 3 times 3 is a positive 27, a negative 3 times a negative 3 times a negative 3 is negative 27. So our answer here is just negative 3. So only one answer when it's to the third power because, again, since you have the number an odd number of times, if it's negative, it'll end up negative. But if it's positive, it ends up positive. Unlike squares where regardless if it's a positive or negative number, when you square it, it's going to be positive. Here's not the same thing. So negative 3 times itself 3 times will give us negative 27. So m equals negative 3 is our solution. And that's it for extra example number 4.